Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Sports Science Hacks, where today I'm going to speak about 7 things I hate about depression. Number 1 is feeling down for no apparent reason. Normally we can explain this. We've had a bad day, someone's offended us, or something's happened that puts us in a low mood. But with depression, you just wake up feeling down. You've gone to bed, you kind of feel alright. You wake up and straight away you think, well, why do I feel like this? And it certainly doesn't help when people say things like, well, get over yourself, cheer up, like you'll be alright. That sort of stuff doesn't really work. Number 2, nothing really excites you. For me, I've had a lot of highs in my life. I've had some really good moments that I've spoken about in some of these previous videos, but the reality is I rarely celebrate any of them. It was a case of, well, so what? Nothing really means anything. Like, so, who cares? I used to think that was personality related. I used to think that's a winning mentality. That's a good mentality to have. But as time goes by, it's not normal. You should appreciate these good moments, and certainly made me take stock and think about myself. Thirdly, in relation to that, is missing out on social occasions. With depression, you might just use any excuse to get away from a social occasion. You're having a really bad day, you feel really low. You don't want to be around people, so you'll say anything apart from depression. Well, I've got a headache, or I'm actually busy now, I've got this going on instead. But then you lose out because your friends go out, yeah, they'll miss you, but you're the one who's sat alone, and the guilt kicks in. You feel like you've upset people because you've turned down the opportunity to go out with them, or you've cancelled last minute, and that makes you feel bad. You don't like doing that to people. It's not nice if someone does that to you, so guilt can creep in, make you feel worse. Number 4 is the impact your depression can have on other people. Now, not everyone understands depression. That's fair enough. I don't fully understand it. But some people can take it very personally if you distance yourself from someone, or you're very quiet, and with that you feel worse because you feel, well, I've upset that person now. I didn't mean to. I'm just quiet. I'm in my own kind of world really with the depression. So this one is kind of the worst, I feel. It's not nice to upset other people. Number 5 is the way that, for some people, depression can be treated like a cold. And you get stuff like, I hope you get well soon. For me, being diagnosed a couple of years ago, some people would say stuff like this. It's almost like you got a migraine. Oh, well, take a few days off, see how you feel, come back. And you're not asking for the violins and loads of sympathy, but that sort of stuff just isn't the right way to approach it. Because the reality is, depression can last for years. It affects their whole life. And there's no magic wand. And when people try and come up with these short-term solutions, I think people mean well, but it isn't the right way to approach it. Number 6, this is probably more of a personal one and generalizing, but you just need a drink just to get by. And we can appreciate that doesn't work. It works in the short term, but in the long term we know it doesn't help. But it can just be a necessity. You wake up and straight away you feel bad, and you cling on for a bit, and after a few hours you'll say, well, just a couple. I'm not going to get hammered, but 2 or 3. But that's not a way to live your life every day. And the guilt creeps in as well. You might have 3 or 4 days. Every day you've had 3 or 4 beers. You're supposed to be training, you're supposed to be working, and sort of stuff you should be doing. And that guilt kicks in. And how do you feel? Well, you just feel even worse. And finally, this one's horrible, pretending you're just fine. You can dread approaching people when you've had a whole day of feeling really low and you do go out and socialise. You walk into a room and your mind's just going 100 miles an hour. You've got all these depressive, low, horrible thoughts going on in your mind. And then you've got to go in there and pretend everything's okay with your mates. But you just feel like you need to get on with it. You just think, well, everyone else around me is getting on with it. Well, shit, yeah, I should probably do the same. It's not the right way to look at it. Okay, so those are my 7 points. My parting words would be, well, for me, my first step was to acknowledge the issue. It took a long time. I didn't speak about it for years, and I love the fact I can speak so freely in videos like this. And opening up definitely helped. So much. Going to see someone, speaking about previous issues, trying to understand some of the thought processes really, really helped. So I'm not a mental health professional, one of those people that's given unsolicited advice, but you have to find a course of action that suits you. This is only my opinion, this is only what's helped me. You should definitely think about opening up though, trying to find the right pathway that suits you. Okay, Thank you for watching this video. I've got some other videos on mental health on my channel which I recommend you take a look at. If you'd like to discuss anything that I've spoken about in this video, please get in touch with me on Instagram at Sports Science Hacks. Okay, thanks for tuning into this video, and I'll speak to you again soon.